Well, hey, conscious business builders. If you're feeling a tad overwhelmed in business right now, chances are that you and your business could benefit from a little simplification. Now, in this episode today, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 ways to simplify your business right now. Sound good? Let's dive in. Welcome to the Conscious Business Builders podcast. I'm your host, Laura Trotter, and I'm here to show you how you can make a bigger impact in this world through growing your conscious business online. Tune in for inspiring interviews with real-life conscious business builders, plus my own theories, thoughts, and tips for growing a thriving and profitable conscious business online. I'm all about making a bigger impact in our world, and I'd love to help you on your conscious business journey. So let's get started. So as entrepreneurs, educators, and business builders, we're typically good at creating, right? Now, if you're anything like me, you're good at adding on and building onto your business. And maybe you often prioritize these tasks over the less exciting cleaning up, decluttering, and culling actions that are also needed for our businesses to thrive. Now, whether it's removing affiliate programs, culling e-courses, or selling an entire brand, and I've done all 3 of those, simplifying your business has endless benefits for your cash flow, for your health, and even your happiness. Now, as I've added to my business over the years, as the ideas have continued to flow in, I found that my business has become more complicated. It's become overwhelming at times, and the more I add to it, sometimes the harder it is to get traction. On the contrary, those times when I've simplified and deliberately let go of aspects of my business, they've been the times when I've really positioned myself for growth, and the months or the year or 2 after that big cull is when my business takes off more. So to help you experience some of the benefits that come from simplifying your business, I really wanted to share with you 5 ways to simplify your business that you can action right now. Now, the first way is to simplify your social media presence. You simply can't be everywhere at once, and the only worst thing about not being on a particular social media platform is being on there in just name alone. Social media, it's intended to be social. And if you're not social on a platform, you could actually be doing your brand a disservice. If you feel uncomfortable about deleting your presence on a platform entirely, my hint to you is to just insert into the descriptor that, it might be on Twitter, for example. And you might just saying, look, I'm not that big on Twitter. If you want to keep in touch, I'm better over at Instagram or whatever it might be where you're hanging out. And if you're not sure about which platform to drop, I encourage you to do some market research into where your ideal client or customer hangs out. If you've got a couple of really good clients and customers, just ask them, what social media platform do you use? Also take into account what platform you enjoy being on, because it will be really hard for you to build a strong presence on YouTube, for example, if you really can't stand doing videos. Now, I've actually removed the icons and the links to my neglected YouTube channel and my Pinterest channel off my homepage this week. And I feel like I do after a good declutter, like a weight is off my shoulders. For my Sustainer Home brand, which I set up about 18 months ago, I only set up a presence on Instagram and Facebook from the start. I just didn't want to spread myself across so many social media platforms, especially when I already had my Laura Trotter social media platforms to deal with as well. I mean, it's just too much. We don't need to be everywhere. So the second way you can simplify your business right now is to simplify your offerings. So if you've been packaging up your experience and expertise for a while now, chances are that you've created a few e-courses. Am I right? Are there some that are no longer viable for you to offer? Has the market shifted and some are harder to sell than they used to be? Or have you just changed and you want to offer something different going forward? If that's you, perhaps it's time to retire some offerings or repackage them under a single membership model instead. Every single offering you cull or consolidate, it frees up space for you to better serve your tribe. Now, if you're a products-based business, the same goes. You're likely stocking lines that just aren't moving. So I encourage you to put them out on sale, put them down to half price or even less than half price and move them on. They're just taking up space, and that can be physical space in your home, your garage, or your warehouse. And they're basically, it's frozen cash that you could you can unlock that cash and spend it in other aspects of your business, or you can just plow it directly into some new stock lines that might sell a lot better. So that's how you simplify your offerings. Now, the third tip is to simplify your promotion schedule. Are you running back-to-back promotions all year round? Are you administrating a large affiliate program where most of the affiliates have gone missing in action? Or are you constantly launching your e-courses to keep the cash flow flowing when you'd love nothing more than to just slow down a gear or two and show up for your customers more? Or, now here's a novel one for you, just take some time out for yourself. These are all signs that there's opportunity for you to simplify your promotion schedule. Perhaps you could launch less frequently, but with more intention. Maybe you could pop your e-courses on an evergreen model so people have the ability to join them all year round. Or could you work with a small number of aligned and dedicated affiliates rather than administering to a large number who are really too busy promoting their own offerings? Perhaps you could partner with an organization instead of chasing individual sales instead. Take it from me, simplifying your promotion schedule will not just simplify your business, it will simplify your life. And if done right, it will increase your sales too. Now, my fourth tip for you today is to simplify your workload. If you have the subconscious belief that you need to do everything in your business or that no one can do tasks as good as you, you're not only inhibiting your business growth, you're really on the road to burnout. So reducing the number of tasks you do through building a team or outsourcing will take a load off if managed well. And by managed well, I'm referring to providing training and adequate support for your team members to shine. Now, if you're a products-based business bogged down in inventory and packing orders, and believe me, I have been there, you might find that outsourcing your warehousing to a third-party logistics provider makes the world of difference. Now, my first online eco-business, Sustainababy, saw me, and at times my retail assistants, packing and shipping orders every single day, which was time-consuming and not at all cost-effective. My time in the business would have been better spent marketing the business. But, we live and learn. So when I launched Sustainahome, I decided to invest in a third-party logistics warehouse from the start. They're so much better at inventory management than I'll ever be, and due to the sheer number of orders they ship every day, they're able to access and pass on bulk shipping discounts that are really out of the range for a single distributor. I mean, I just can't access those rates if I went straight to Australia Post or Star Trek Express Couriers or anything like that. Because they're shipping for hundreds of online stores, they get to negotiate some really cool bulk discounts, and they tend to pass them on to their customers, which is the individual online stores. And this in turn just frees me up to do what I'm good at in that brand, which is creating quality content and marketing. But I'd love to simplify my business a lot more because I'd like to create a bit more content over there because that's really fun for me. All right, so the fifth and final tip that I've got for you today, so you can go out and take some actions right now to simplify your business, is to simplify your brands. Do you need to build an entire new brand for that new idea you have? Or is there an opportunity to leverage off an existing brand that you've already developed? Every single brand you build typically requires a website and social media channels as a minimum. And website and social media channels, they're like children or like pets. They need to be fed continually with content, which takes time and money to create and time and money to promote. The risk when you create multiple brands is that you just spread yourself way too thin and you impact your ability to build and maintain momentum. If you have the resources to support the building of multiple brands in your business, that's all well and good. But if you don't, you're really making business building so much harder for yourself than it really needs to be. In fact, just this week, I made the decision to stop building Conscious Business Builders as a separate brand and website and social media channels, which luckily I hadn't set up yet. And fortunately for me, the outro of this podcast still has lauratrotter.com in it, so I don't have to re-record my intro and outro. But yeah, I made the decision this week to stop building Conscious Business Builders as a separate brand and instead move it under my established personal brand at lauratrotter.com. So could Conscious Business Builders stand alone as its own brand in its own right? Sure, it could. Do I want to have a third core website and social media channel suite in the mix of my business right now? No. So would running Conscious Business Builders as a separate brand contribute to it being more successful? Maybe, but I don't really think so, given all the extra work that's involved to get it to stand on its own 2 feet. In fact, I think it's likely to be more successful under my own personal brand, where I can better capitalize from the strong traffic to my website, my existing customer base, and an established reputation. All right, so let's wrap this all up. Simplicity truly is the soul of efficiency. By actioning one or more of the ideas that I've mentioned to declutter and simplify your business, you'll be better placed to work less but make an even bigger impact. So, what areas of your business do you need to simplify right now? Can you simplify your social media presence? Can you simplify your offerings? Can you simplify your promotion schedule? Can you simplify your workload? Or can you simplify your brands? Have a think about all those points and maybe choose 1 or 2 actions that you can put in place right now to simplify your business and your life. Of course, you can book your Conscious Coaching Taster with me today. Now, at the point of recording this podcast, you can book that taster over at consciousbusinessbuilders.com. But if you're listening to this podcast in the matter of just a few weeks, obviously you'll have to head over to lauratrotter.com and follow the links there to get to my conscious coaching offerings. But anyway, either way, you will find me. I'll have a diversion over at consciousbusinessbuilders.com, diverting back to lauratrotter.com. And I just thank myself that I've made this decision now, so I'm not retweaking and branding and moving everything back over in a few months' time or years' time or whatever it might be. I'm comfortable that I've made the right decision this week to take that big step to simplify my business going forward. And I really hope that you take some actions to simplify your business as well. Be sure to hit me up in social media at lauratrotter.com, in Facebook or Instagram, because that's where I'm hanging out. And you can tag me and let me know what you have done to simplify your business. I can't wait to hear. Until then, I'll catch you next time on the Conscious Business Builders podcast. Thanks for listening to the Conscious Business Builders podcast. I'm Laura Trotter. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd love for you to subscribe, share with your friends, and leave a review in iTunes. And if you're keen to continue the conversation, head on over to lauratrotter.com. It's there where you can find all my best tips to help you grow your conscious business online and apply to work directly with me. I'll catch you there.